Hello guys, how you doing? Now let's draw this gown. I always start with my starting line of 1 inch. The half length of my client is 16 inches, but for this type of gown I always add 2 inches so that it will get the tummy and snatch it very well. So I now mark the 18 inches, 16 inches plus the 2 inches, 18 inches. Then the under bust is 14 and a half. I came up by 1 inch. So the under bust will now be 13 and a half inch, while our bust point is 10 and a half for that particular client. Then I'm trying to write it down. Of the bust line, the under bust, have our west one, which is the normal waist, and the other waist for this type of gown. I now marked the shoulder, which is 8 inches, 16. I added 1 inch. Now to get the armhole, I divided the bust by 6 and added 1.5 to it to get the armhole length. Then from that 1 inch I came down from and now marked it. Now this is for the bust span. The bust span is 4 inches. I marked from the bust line down to the waist line. Then I'm using the ready-made cup. That's why I'm marking 1 inch, then half inch inside, which is 1.5 inch, which I will not connect to the bust point. Now for the backs, I marked down 5 inches for the backs and extended the line as shown. Watch close, you understand what I'm doing. This is the backs line, that V shape at the front part of the gown. I now connected this to the bust line. Now for for the yoke line, I marked 6 inches. Then for the neckline I marked 3 inches. 3 inches by that's 4.5. For the bust tightening, I removed half inch from both sides. Then for that neckline is 5.5. For that 1 inch is 6.5. I replaced that 1 inch that is supposed to be removed here to that armhole line, and I connected the line. I connected the neckline as shown. I came down from that 6 inches. I came down by 1 inch. Now I'll mark our armhole. Now for the shoulder slope, which I came down by 1 inch, I'll now connect it. I'll connect it to the other parts. I was trying to divide the bust, which is bust 41. I removed 1 inch. The fabric is stretchy from all the measurements. I marked for the waist and added back that 1.5, which I'm going to remove. Then you insert your waist on the last part, the second waist. That's 2 inches you went down from the half length. That is where you insert your waist. Now for the hemline, which is that back now, that is where you will insert your hip. The hip of a person is 40 inches divided by 2 plus that 1.5. That is what I marked there. And I added my 2 inches sewing allowance. I marked it. Then from that waistline, I connected it to the backs like that. You will now cut it off. This is where you will pleat your ruffles to. Then I extended those lines as shown. After that, even the slope line, I extended all the lines. Now you now cut. Make sure you add your sewing allowance. Cut your armhole. After sewing the bust part, you now trim out. You know how to cut your armhole now, your front armhole. Trim out 1 inch from it. Now for the back line to align, we have to add a pieces under it and cross check. Now draw a new line before you cut, if not it will short when you might have joined it together. You now cut the dashed line out as shown. Cut the neckline. If you have any question, you can ask me on the comment section. Feel free to ask me, I'll answer you. If you have any tutorial you want me to drop, you tell me. But make sure you're following me. Make sure you're following me. Just subscribe to my channel. You do same thing to the upper part of the neckline as shown. You put a pepper underneath it. Bye.